In a couple seconds.
Are we actually live?
Now we are. It's going to be hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Children of Primus, live for the greatest event of something. With me today, I have my co-host, the great Fear or Courage.
The decent Fear or Courage.
And of course, my main man, my hype man, the Ghost MC from the Dope Poet Society.
What's up?
And over here, we have the Peanut Gallery. Aw, nuts. Luckily, I've got berries. This is what we do live on Children of Primus when Spinister insists we film, even though there is nothing for us to discuss.
All right,
Bring it over
we
here.
cut things like it's a wrestling promo.
All right, a question for you, since you're one of the hosts here, right?
Yeah.
What are your main expectations going into this movie?
That it learned lessons from the Bumblebee movie in terms of like a lack of a lot of things, you know.
So Bumblebee sucks, is what you're saying.
Oh no! I loved Bumblebee. Well, it set a floor, a quality floor. So I'm like, all right, now take what you learned there. You know, none of the crassness, none of the military worship, none of the having a plot with an ABC beginning, middle, end. Take that and apply it to a more conventionally structured Transformers movie.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping to see.
All right, so and we'll be looking forward to the Beast Wars. Beast Wars. No, never mind. Beast Wars. Yeah, the Beast Wars.
Yeah, I almost buried the lead on that. Yeah. I hope that I hope they all get to. I'm going by Bay movie standards here, so I'm hoping they all get to say a line. I'm hoping they all get to exist as characters. I'm hoping they all get to do at least one cool thing. I know that this is the floor, but like I'm putting it on the floor based on previous experiences.
So what are the key characteristics? So of the Beast Wars characters, those are the ones that we as G1ers are less familiar with.
Yeah.
So of the Beast Wars characters, we got Cheetor, we got Optimus Primal. Who are the other ones?
Air Razor and Rhinox.
Okay, so tell us.
Are they confirmed through the trailer right now?
Yeah, and merchandise and everything.
All right.
So.
Okay, so what is the key characteristic of each one of these characters that like is iconic about them, so that we would know? Like, for example, the Michael Bay thing is criticized for not representing Optimus Prime's character true to as we know him for the violence. So what would make Cheetor like actually Cheetor other than just looking like him?
Okay, so let me run down the whole character list.
Yeah.
So Optimus Primal is very much a person who was placed in leadership circumstances without intending to. So he's green, he's new, he's rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Cheetor is the hot rod, more the hot rod than the Bumblebee. He's the kid, he's the rebellious kid. We've all seen that character type.
Okay.
Rhinox is like the wise, old, sagely guy who's both a scientist and like a nature dude. So he doesn't want to fight, but when it's time to fight, he will notoriously like bring the smack down really hard. And Air Razor was tough because she wasn't on the show very long, but she was like a daring do adventurer lady, you know, very 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 early G1 cartoon, like how they would always be two-fisted wisecrackers.
So given that Optimus Prime was not a leader the way Optimus Prime is, right? But he's also not like Rodimus Prime. So describe to us, like the way, and you have described Optimus Prime on the podcast before.
Yeah.
And the way that you've described him left me wondering why anybody would like this character. Like what draws you into it? Because he's got the self-doubt. He's not a great leader. He's thrown into this, right? So what are the redeeming qualities, or what are the characteristics that shine that make him an exciting character to watch?
Well, mostly because, like, you know, victory is not guaranteed, but also he's got sort of a sense of tenacity about him, a sense of I might not be the best at this, but I'm going to try and make this work. I'm going to try and manage this group of big personalities because that's a big challenge of his. I'm going to, try and take.
So is he very much like Hot Rod? I said he's not like Hot Rod, but maybe he is like Hot Rod.
A little bit. The thing that comes to my mind is he's like, he almost feels like the stepdad who suddenly has to manage a bunch of unruly kids. Despite not having really signed up for that, but he's gonna step up and try his best.
That sounds more like Magnus.
Maybe that's a better way of putting it. But he's not as much of a square as Magnus.
He's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the impression he's a little bit of a square, and I also don't get the impression that like the gorilla, the fact that he turns into a gorilla, is like used at all. Or it's like the gorilla is not part of his personality or his fighting style or any kind of thing.
It could be sometimes. I get the impression that they went with more like a gorilla is a very humanized animal, so they were trying to humanize him and present him as like, because he was a bit of a scientist. He was there to be an explorer. He just got thrust into a wartime situation. So I think that's more so.
So even in gorilla form, he's sort of like who's the blue guy in X-Men?
Beast.
The Beast. Yeah.
A little bit like the Beast.
Yeah.
He's not like quite the brain. Like Rhinox is arguably more of the Beast type character than he is.
Okay.
But he has a little bit of that in him too.
All right. So my question again. So when I first saw the trailer for this, right?
Yes.
First thing I did was text Mike, because I know he's a big Transformers guy. And he's got the channel and everything else, right? It's my first experience on the channel, by the way. Hi everyone. So what I wanted to know when I first saw it, my first impression of the trailer was, this looks like it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And it took away everything that Michael Bay did and whatever. So what I wanted to ask you is this like a reboot, a hard reboot, soft reboot, not a reboot at all? Where are we coming in? Does this even fit in that old timeline anymore?
Well, okay. The one thing that is 100% sure, this is a sequel to Bumblebee.
Yeah.
So that was 87, this is 94, this is following up. Where it takes so De Bonaventura, the producer of the film, decides that day, but based on his interviews. But anybody that's listened to Kevin Smith's story about dealing with a producer while he was making Superman knows that producers can be a little bit wonky. It seems to be a reboot. Bumblebee was very much a reboot, even if they sometimes said it wasn't. So this is its own thing. This is a sequel to Bumblebee and nothing else, probably.
What characters are carrying over from that Bumblebee?
Bumblebee himself. This is very much the Optimus Prime from that movie. I can even tell by looking at his design. It's really just those two.
None of the human characters.
None of the human characters. They've completely shuffled the cast over. Yeah, like RC and Wheeljack both had tiny cameos in Bumblebee's intro, but that's like barely relevant. It was just like a lineup of, look, there's a bunch of people on Cybertron. So
And it's not the same RC.
it is.
Oh, the design?
Yeah.
Is it the same design?
Yeah.
Even I noticed that.
Yeah, people were mad about changing Wheeljack's design, and I think one thing is RC's design was pretty close to, like, it was a Cybertron mode and an Earth mode, but you could see the exact same.
But the Wheeljack actually looked like Wheeljack.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like, that's when I'm like, people got mad, and I'm like, whatever. He was in it for literally. I watched the movie like a few days ago, like 5 seconds. He said one line. He wasn't named.
Yeah.
This movie, he's actually a character, so it's like whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So what's my question? In the trailers. So my favorite Transformer as a kid from the original '80s series was always Jazz.
Yeah.
And I noticed in the trailers there's a lot of jazz in this.
Oh, okay. What
do we expect from there? Or should I just temper that expectation?
That's not Jazz. That's Mirage.
That's Mirage?
A lot of people think he's Jazz because he has the push alt mode.
Yeah. Because that's Jazz.
Yeah. It's Mirage because.
Because the producers say so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also Mirage changed into a Formula One racer. People think the line of thinking here was Mirage changed into a Formula One racer. Formula One racers aren't actually able to drive outside of a track, basically. So they're like, Mirage is in this. What can we change him into? We have finally secured the Porsche license. Okay, so he's a Porsche now.
But so what that they can't drive outside the track? Like, so many things like happen in these movies that are totally unrealistic.
Like Megatron becomes a gun.
Yeah, so what? Why can't they have a Formula One racer
It's
driving
also
around
the
the
worst
city?
disguise imaginable to see a Formula One racer driving around a city.
Yes, but so what? It would be
That means
cool.
they can't catch him. That's
No, it would just look cool. Like, we haven't seen a Formula One racer in a movie in a long time. Like, we want to see it.
I mean, there is that one meme of what Optimus says, like pick like disguises where you can like blend in with everything, and it's like I'm a Formula One, I can't blend in. Then Wheeljack picks like some European like race car that doesn't blend in.
But they could have just gone with it. In the
Cosmos picks a UFO, and I'm like, you're definitely not blending in.
If you're gonna do a Porsche, you should at least have done jazz. Now I'm disappointed.
I mean, these are things that have been in my spaces relitigated like 6 months ago plus. So it's like very much stuff that I'm like over. You know what I mean?
The movie starts at 7? Oh,
7:30. So it's
We gotta get
7:15.
7:15.
We'll go ahead in, and we will give you our thoughts at the conclusion of the film.
Got to get in line for some popcorn.
Spoilers are coming.
Well, Sunday.
Sunday.
Tune in
Sunday.
on Sunday, and
We
we
can
will
give
give our
Spoilers on Sunday.
spoilers on Sunday.
Give a quick update after the movie, but spoiler free. Just initial thoughts and whatever. That's what I think you should do. But it's your channel. You guys do what you want.
All right, let's go.
And that is it.
It's on my